Welcome to today's explainer. So have you ever wondered what it really takes to build something incredibly strong? And I don't just mean a tall building, but a strong, happy life. Well, today, we're going to learn a secret about building a foundation that is so tough, literally, nothing can knock it down. It's an idea that's actually simple enough for a child to grasp, but honestly, deep enough to think about for your entire life. Let's dive right in.
Okay, I want you to start by picturing something. Imagine you have this massive pile of wooden building blocks, and you're trying to build the tallest, absolute, most magnificent tower possible. But instead of building it on a hard, flat floor, you decide to build it on a thick, soft, incredibly wobbly rug. What's going to happen? Well, no matter how carefully you stack those blocks or how beautiful the design is, the moment it gets any real height or weight to it, it wobbles and comes crashing down. The structure itself wasn't the problem, right? It was the base. And this brilliantly illustrates why a solid base, a completely unwavering foundation, is literally the absolute most important part of anything we build.
Section 1. Building a strong house.
Think about the 3 non-negotiable steps of constructing a real house. Step 1, you lay a solid foundation. Step 2, build the walls. And Step 3, add the roof. Seems pretty basic, right? But the crucial point here is that Steps 2 and 3 are entirely dependent on Step 1. If you rush that foundation or, build it out of cheap, untested materials, the walls are inevitably going to crack and the roof will cave in. That very first step is what takes all the pressure, all the weight, and all the stress of the entire building above it. It's the silent hero keeping the whole thing safe when the storms come.
Section 2. Jesus the tried stone. Listen to these words from an ancient promise in Isaiah 28:16. It says, "Therefore thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation a stone, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, a sure foundation." Now I really want you to focus on 2 specific phrases there, tried stone and sure foundation. Notice it doesn't just say a big stone or a heavy stone, it says a tried stone.
So what does that actually mean? Well, a tried stone is a rock that has been tested with immense weight and has proved it will never, ever break. Back in ancient times, builders wouldn't just pick up any random rock to be the cornerstone of a massive temple. They would carefully test it. They'd subject it to intense pressure, hit it hard, just to see if it had any hidden cracks. And what we're learning here is that Jesus has been subjected to the most severe trial and test possible, facing the absolute hardest things the world could throw at him. And the test was a perfect success. He didn't break.
To put that into perspective, just how strong is this foundation? Imagine this. Every single mistake, every bad choice, every sadness across all of human history could be piled right onto this one foundation stone, and it still would not crack. It's fully capable of sustaining absolutely everything.
Section 3. Giving him our heavy things.
Because this foundation is so incredibly strong, it totally changes how we handle our own invisible, heavy backpacks that we carry around every single day. Look at how perfectly our needs are paired with what he provides. We can bring our worries, and they're met with his sympathy. We bring our sorrows, our deep sadness, and it's met by his love. We bring our wounds, our hurts, our mistakes, and they find his healing. When we feel incredibly weak, we're met by his strength. And when we feel completely empty, we're met by his fullness. It's a complete exchange. Whatever heavy worries or sadness you're carrying around right now, this foundation is specifically designed to take that weight right off your shoulders.
Let's look at the contrast here. When we try to carry our heavy things all by ourselves, our lives start to look exactly like that tall tower built on the wobbly rug. It's tiring, it's wobbly, and eventually it just becomes completely overwhelming. But when we give them to this tried stone, we're promised a completely different experience. We become strong, we find peace, we find rest. And here is the most powerful promise of all. Never, never has one soul been disappointed. Not a single one.
And this is exactly why there's such a beautiful verse in Psalm 61, verse 2. It says, "When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I." I kind of think of this as your emergency protocol. When the pain or the heavy feelings just become way too much, when the waters are rising, this is a direct instruction on exactly where to go. You go to the rock that has already been tested. You go to the rock that is higher, stronger, and completely immovable. Because in his presence, we're lifted safely above all that pain.
Section 4. Joining God's big family.
Because of absolutely everything Jesus did to make things right and forgive our mistakes, we're given an incredible privilege. We aren't just given a safe place to stand alone in the rain.
We are given a true home. By trusting in this strong foundation, heaven's gates are just thrown wide open, and all its untold glories are completely offered to us.
There is a wonderful promise in Ephesians 2:19 that sums this up perfectly. It says, "No more strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints and of the household of God." We aren't left wandering outside in the storm anymore, we're invited inside. Being part of the household of God means exactly that. We are invited to be sons and daughters in His very own family.
It's just a beautiful reality. We are all built together into God's big family, growing into a holy temple in the Lord. Think about it. Just like all the individual bricks and beams of a house are connected and supported by the foundation below them, we are all connected safely to that one sure foundation, with Jesus Himself acting as the chief cornerstone. He's the one perfect stone that sets the alignment, the strength, and the direction for the entire building.
As we wrap up our explainer today, I really want to leave you with this one question to think about. What heavy thing will you give to your tried stone today? Whether you're carrying around a tiny, nagging worry or a massive, overwhelming sadness, just remember that the test has been made, the perfect foundation has been laid, and it will definitely hold. You can trust it with absolutely whatever is bothering you right now. Thank you so much for exploring this with me today, and I can't wait to see you for our next explainer.